Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in my lab. What I do for you. Got something nice for you today. We're gonna get some sex education. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna lose a few on this one, but it came to my mind. I want to put it out there, so let's do what we do. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons, and you tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get it together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through, because that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not, and knows not that they know not, is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not, and knows that they know not, is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock, here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my yacht. Be true. I do a whole bunch of different things, so I'll tell you about a few different things. And sex is another one of them. Different things. Let's talk about it. Right things. Let's talk about sex. Is not just physical, but it's spiritual and mental, aka the trifecta. What the what? You know, I'm a conceptualist. I put concepts together. This is another one of them. So when I wrote it down, I'm like, okay, I got to figure this thing out. So let's go. Let me see if I can get it together. Yeah, sex, like religion, masonry, and the God Trinity, mind, body, and soul. They all involved in your sexual act. Don't think one just no, a lot of stuff to go with that. And for young people, this is the educational part. It ain't just putting it in there and pumping and then, feeling good. Y'all becoming one. You can put your seed into her body. That's for reproduction purposes. That's what we were here to do. We fell when we figured out we can just do it for fun, for the pleasure. That's one of the simple flaws of man, his personal philosophy about dealing with sexual pleasure. It's becoming out of control. Why? The strongest urge we have is the desire to procreate. That's by nature. Again, that's the animal nature. You need to, my man LeBron, push it down. Go down. I see him do it all the time. I don't know what it means to him, but yeah, push your no nature, push it down, okay? Control it. Sexual energy. If you know anything about it, and I'm telling you from experience and knowing, study it. The sexual energy, that urge, is the strongest force known to man. Yeah, that urge to procreate. Y'all call it horny, whatever. But it's a desire that's built in. Why? That's what we do as human beings. My man went to the doctor, pulled his thing out. I said, Jesus Christ, my man, what'd you do with that thing? He said, I put it in beans. He said, what kind of beans? The human beings, doc. So, concept is a pleasure instrument, but it shouldn't be the end all. Man, why you think at 50, little fella say, okay, I'm done. Why? Man, I done put 50, I'm tired. Eddie Griffiths in the business. Man, hey, stop, I ain't got number F. Come on, dog, we done. That's telling you nature's way of telling you, my man, you not enough. Some of us, they got the little blue pill, now they got the red pill, they got all these pills to what? Back in the ancient times, the pharaohs would put a rod in their penis, so they thought they're going to act like they want to have the penis hard so they can have more sex in the afterlife. How smart was that? They thought that. They believed that. You got proof of that. So if y'all still want to have sex in the next life, that's why the Islam tell you got 72 virgins. Really? That whole act, and that's a desire, so it's understood. But the main thing is to do what? Control it. The desire to have sex is some people so strong that some people need therapy to help them with their problem. Masturbation part. I can't stop masturbating. That's between you. That's between you and you, God. Y'all take care of that. If you come to me with that problem, stop doing it. All I can tell you is stop. What do you want to tell you? But creation started with masturbation. If you can't have fun with somebody else, have fun by yourself. So for men and women, if you can't find pleasure in yourself, that's a sad cow that can't make his own milk. So if your pleasure is derived from somebody else, you missed the boat. But sex is a reproduction purposes. Now, prostitution been around a long time. Moving on. But the first thing, if you're gonna be a right thinker, I'll tell you, you have to be in control of what? Your sexual desire, your lower nature, set your ego. The ego wants to zoom, 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 and boom, boom, whenever you could. Yeah. 3-4 times a day. That was how I lived. What? For pleasures in the flesh. So that's what I did. So I know about that too. Moving on again. But I was 19, 20 years old. I'm rolling, okay? But again, young people do young things. Like I said, don't be more protective. Understand, y'all got a whole bunch of stuff going on. It ain't what it used to be, simply that. But my education is that you got to understand that force that's in you, it's natural. But you have to control it. That's part of self-mastery. That's the first step. How about that? The first step is what? That thing between your legs. Get control of it. Why? If not, you're going to find yourself in some precarious situation just for that, cause of that. I mean, men, we all know what we do for that, to please that. When he no longer tell you, yo, man, go get that, you got control of him, okay, he acquiesce and he dance when he need to dance. But you let him dance when he want to dance all the time. He don't care who he dancing with. Excuse me. Back, nigga, personal rule, you wouldn't look who fuck. All right, my motto back in my day, sworn to fun. Loyal to none. I let it be known. I wasn't you the only one. No. He didn't give a crap, okay? And if you didn't care, I didn't either. Moving on, but I was the fun man. Love and sex are not the same thing. What? No. Let's keep sex in perspective. It's a reproduction purpose. Well, now we hide love to get to that purpose so we can, have fun with it. But that ain't love. Sex is a act where two people, two or more, sometimes y'all done got that threesome nonsense. And okay, orgies have been around a long time. Party where everybody just do whatever. That ain't nothing new. For those people who indulge in that, keep that over there. Come on, man. That P. Diddy nonsense, I could care less about any of that. I refrain from even dealing with that. That's a waste of time. Moving on. So just to close, I'm going to get into that nonsense. Okay, it's an act that two or more people get together for what? Sexual pleasure. That's it. Be it man, woman. It's all for sexual pleasures. And that's your thing behind closed doors. How you away with that? Hopefully it's consensual and maybe it ain't on tape. That's the new thing now. But remember, what you do behind closed doors and who you doing it with should be your own business. Now they want to tape it. They got porn for that. They get people who professionally do that. You amateurs? Moving on. That's again, I get out of there. So two-person. All right. Love, on the other hand, is when most young people, okay, old people fall in love. No, they fall in lust, okay. When you're young, love is what? That sharing of each other, what? Emotions, your spiritual connection, and it's all based on the mental idea, the concept, where y'all becoming one, y'all think alike, y'all finish each other quick. All that's love, that feeling that y'all, you only get that once. Like virginity, it only gonna happen once. No, God, if I make a point, I'm not debating, I'm not asking, I'm trying to tell you something. What you think and feel about it means nothing to me. Your own experience is yours, but I'm just telling you, you only get one. Like virginity. Once it's done, it's done. Simple as that. You can't go back. Understand that. In any act that you perform, once it's done, it's in the books. Understand that. But when you do things from the heart, spiritual, mental, it's a little more enduring. That's what intercourse is supposed to be. Y'all supposed to be coming together in emotion and mental constant connection, all that good stuff. And then the physical part. That's what it used to be, or that's what they were laid out to be when we get in sex education. We don't do that no more. Now they watch porn, they know already. They're going to get the clothes up and get the going. The girl shake her butt, twerk, move around, she can good ride, all that. Jesus Christ. Get out of there. What I'm saying, I'm that old guy to admit I ain't got, that's young people thing. I got respect for that. Okay, that don't make it right. No makes a difference. If that's what they doing, that's on them. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Moving on. If somebody doing something wrong that you think is wrong, all you gotta do is not do it. And it's none of your business. Mind your business, old man. Yeah, I got you. Moving on. But I still remember my first love. You never forget that. Why? That's in stone. And it wasn't my sexual partner. No. At 16, I got my little girlfriend up for the good, and I trusted. I would give her my heart. That's how I know. That's the first person. And what happens when they get broken? You can do that again. They got a record. The first time I made love, the last time I made love was with you. And that's a whole different concept. If you break it down, the record tell you, yeah, that's pretty much about right. Okay? You don't get but one time at that. Moving on. Nah, good or bad. You got young people now, virgins. Okay? That's the word. When I was coming up, there was plenty of virgins. Why? Women were still protecting themselves. They wasn't just giving it away. It had value. That thing between your legs had value. Y'all devalued the whole thing. And once you have that act, once the female decided that man into, now you ain't gonna be the same. Okay? And women remember the first guy who did it. Same thing with men. It ain't the first, it's the heart part. That's the spiritual part, the mental part. That when you do that for the first person, that's where it goes. And it's going to stay there. It ain't going to change. Moving on. And watch this. You no longer, or you will not ever be what? A virgin again? No. So understand that. Once you venture out there, going to the dark side, you're going to be there. Understand it. And thing with young people, if we can just get them to stay young people with innocence, hold on to that. Hold on, man and women. Hold on to your purity. That's what you got. Men, young men. If you think masturbating because it feels good, and yeah, but that's part of procreation. That's the pleasure part of it. But y'all done took it to damn creation. I just want to have that feeling. It's like it's more to life than that. That's what they try to tell you. But once you have the act, okay, some young people still value their body. And I love that. I respect that. Young ladies, I got grandkids. I don't want to see none of them shaking their butt. No, I know y'all all know that's somebody's kid. As long as it ain't mine. Do me a favor. Don't end up on the pole. Okay, that was a father's nightmare. No. And I don't even do the go-go thing, so that's the last thing I would do. All right. But once your body stop having value, you sell it now. Put it on the market. That's called prostitution. That ain't new. If your luck is down, a lot of people do it out of what? Situation. Nobody grows up wanting to be a prostitute. My goal in life to be a prostitute. One brother slept with 1,000 guys 24 hours. What the hell? Women body count. They keep it track. You really? Jesus Christ. Back in my day, we used to call it, notch on your belt or, achievement, whatever, not. We didn't keep count like that. My body count. My man, Will Chamberlain, he said he had 20,000 women. And who counted them? My man said, that means you had sex with everybody in the LA arena. 20,000 women. I laugh. But I remember having sex 3-4 times a day. On a good day, 5. If I'm showing off, 6. Yeah. I was young then. You could, it was an autopilot back then. The joke is, when I was young, I used to be a repeater. Now I'm a short shot. Pat. None of that. None of them days is gone. Understand it. Moving on. But that's part of life. It's a phase that you go through. And sex is one of them. Okay? What's this? Now, where we at? Young people, stay still. I love the ones who do that. But sex for what? Money? Okay? That ain't new. And those who do, knock yourself out. Okay, moving on. Young men, lust, desires are all physical pleasures of the flesh. You ain't want to get with her because she got a nice heart. She's a nice person. Her character, no. Yeah, that's what gets them. And the half-naked, nice-looking body with a female will make you want to what? Yeah, you want to have sex. You want to, yeah. That's normal. That's natural, and that's what it's for, to tempt you. Everybody don't fall for the half-naked lady in the tailpipe nonsense. Okay, I don't do that thing. But now you had some women who use their body for what? To make a living. Men too. Again, that's escort service. I'm a dancer or whatever. No, you make house calls. Call girls. Moving on. But women also lust after men. Why they got the male dancers? They got to get there. I'm not proud of this one. I used to be a male dancer, so I know how the women act too. Moving on, just want to put that in there every now and then. I wore a few hats. Like my man Eddie Murphy said, I did it fractured the law. Matter of fact, when I was young, everything I did was illegal. Just let you know. Everything. Moving on. Where we at? Women, okay, they have lust for men too. They throw money out and they have their desires to be with. Same thing. Understand, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Why do men think they the only one who, women cheat too? And they asked a survey, all married women, if they could have another husband, what would be the use? Sex. Men, what'd you have? Sex. See, that's a thing. In today's society, you can satisfy your lust even if it's what? The same sex. Y'all advocate man on man and women on woman. The way of life. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Again, just my personal preference. I ain't gonna try to stop that. I ain't gonna try to agree with it. No, it ain't my thing. It ain't my cup of tea. Some things that we worry about that ain't gonna do with us. If that's your choice, go knock yourself out. Moving on. Stop living for somebody else's life. Live your own life. If it don't bother you, let it go. Lust, again. Lust is just that pleasure of the flesh. Again, they'll take it any way they can get it. The guy in prison all his life, all he know is, he called it booty or some nonsense. He's the booty bandit. You come in his cell, somebody gonna get done. My man said, you can do this the easy way or the hard way. But either way it's going down, I'm getting that. So, them guys you gotta watch out for. And anyway, they gonna get what they want. That's the pleasures of the flesh. That's desire that they can't stop. They compel. Simple, all right? But, and again, this is the one back in the 90s, that big butt and small waist and cute face, big butt and smile. That's all sexual advertisement. They call them video vixen, whatever they, but no, it ain't just the video. The video, what you see, is what they do. Other than the video, they get the money. Moving on. That big butt women, okay, who have the downfall and even death to men. That caused a lot of men marriages and a whole lot of other stuff. Why? Chasing pleasures, okay? Hercules wasn't the Samson, Delilah. A good woman behind every good man is a good woman. Behind every failed man is a bad woman who wouldn't help them, egg them on. God gave men 2 heads, okay? But only one of them have a brain. Use that one. A lot of us satisfy the other one. And been there, done that too. That was my ego. I used to tell a girl, kiss me on my ego. If they knew, I would tell them over to my thing, they'd slap my face. But it was all cool and smooth. Yeah, okay. And those who did. Moving on. But we all are attracted to the opposite. That's normal. Again, it says opposite. Some of us are attracted to the same sex. And that should be psychologically dealt with, not invited as a damn way of life. Moving on, just again, my opinion, I digress. But to have sex, LOA, is normal. That's functional. That's what you do. Y'all, we done took it to the next level. Like we do everything. Whatever God give us, we gonna mess it up. Moving on. That's why he give us a choice. Okay? I'm gonna reward you for the right way. I gotta punish you for the wrong way. That's the fact of life. Moving on. Way of life. Karma. Okay, that's God's law. Now, if you want to have sex because of the body, that's lust, and that's normal. Just sex. That's what it is. And have at it. Protect yourself, consensual, whatever. But that's normal. It's when we start doing the extreme. I ain't going there, but that nonsense, okay? Our sexual education failed us miserably. When? Generations now. Why? We ain't educating our kids about sex at one bit. Back when I'd come up, we called the birds and the bees, all that and that. But we ain't talking about sex to our kids. We expect them to learn from what? The damn video, podcast. Come on, start at home. Again, generations failed in the sexual education. Why? Now people find out about sex the old-fashioned way, anywhere but home. And understand this. If you go by how it looks, then that's what sex drive is. What if it look good? And when you share emotions, that's spiritual. Again, if you got a hooker, and that's what she do. I know guys, we used to back in the day, when you get the girl, then he want to talk. That ain't what you pay for, dog. Get your money worth. Moving on. If that's your thing, that's what you do. But spiritual women won't be in a hotel room, won't be asking you for money to spend time with you. Big difference. Okay, that's the difference. Now, when you're getting together for sexual pleasures, that's understood by both parties. That's called consensual. Okay, and it's just one part. Sex is just what? Have sex. First of all, if she professional, she gonna protect herself. Okay, no, you ain't gonna worry about that. Okay. Amateurs and, they don't care. When I was coming up, we had syphilis, gonorrhea, and then chlamydia slid in. That was a mixture of both, so they had another third one. Now y'all got 20-something sexually transmitted disease. Where they come from? What the hell is that? So again, that sex education failed miserably. Again, the act of sex is the most normal thing in the world, and it's the monetary pleasures of the flesh at the time. But what happens when you don't protect yourself? Now you got life. What sex is intended for? Reproduction. And if you don't stop that reproduction, the sperm getting to the egg, you got life. Now you got two people who don't know each other from a can of paint, got to raise a kid together. We got so far wrong with that. That's where we fail sexual education. If you lay down with somebody and you ain't trying to have a baby with them, protect yourself. Y'all both should think the same way, but when we get lazy, that desire, the urge to take over, moving on. Been there, done that too. Again, don't make it right. But sex is all fun and game. Yeah, what? Until what? The baby come. Or that repercussion for disease transmitted that you got. Now, you got to deal with that. Ain't got to go there. But when it comes down to the actual fact of dealing with your responsibility for just having sex, that's the baby, sexually transmitted disease. That's the consequences. But the professionals don't have that problem. Why? They protect themselves and they do what they need to do. Why? That's how they make money. If you're just doing it for the pleasure, y'all gonna end up in the line and, moving on. I ain't got another story, but I ain't gonna do that right now. I know it's too late. I can wrap this up. I'm getting too personal on my sexual space back in my day. All right, wrapping it up. Women who have a high body count, meaning slept with a lot of men. That's the new thing, body count. May not be that woman to marry. We got a phrase, you can't make a hoe into a housewife. If she's in the streets, if you met her in the streets, don't take her home. Meet her where she is and leave her where she at. Why? Ask everyone who died, who tried it. Ask everyone. Everyone. That's why. Moving on. Again, I don't give suggestions and opinions. I just give you facts. Moving on. What you think and feel about that means nothing. Wrapping up, I appreciate you tuning in. Always respectful for the view. I made that mistake. What? In my first wife. Why? I'm married for what? Big mistake. I'll be the first to tell you that I'll never do that again. Moving on. Young people, tips from the old man. Make sure you know what you're doing before you do what you think you want to do. Take that any way you want it. It's called a parable. You'll figure it out in time. And right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, make 100 minus a day. So I never know my right thinkers who's starting to get a better understanding about sex has passed away. I'll be back. I got another lesson for you.